Hi everybody, this is Susie and welcome to a vintage design studio. I have a little something to share with you today. There's actually a story behind it. I don't want to get too deep into it, but I was really sick for quite a while, and I was suffering with something, and I actually didn't have a choice last year, and this time I had a life-saving surgery. And I'm doing so much better now, and I never thought that I would be okay again. And I made my doctor a gift around Christmas time last year, just as a token of my appreciation. And when I mailed it to him, he never got it. So when I saw him, I said, the next time I see you, I'm going to bring something to you. I'm going to make it. So this time I made him a larger size altered box, and I just added a few things, and I tried to make it to match his office, a little rustic, like bohemian chic type look, very like, home goods slash some of those kind of like really woodsy kind of vintage florals slash chiseled kind of office. So his office is absolutely gorgeous. In the meantime, I was wondering what can I possibly make to nicer than what I did the last time that he didn't get, which I felt kind of bad, but I did a little twist and put a few things together, and I came up with this box that I bought, which it was a bank, and I decided to close up the slit on the top and go ahead and do what I have here. So what I wound up using was this really beautiful paper. This is the Archivist from Frank Garcia. It's a 6x6 paper pack. And there's some really beautiful vintage, rustic kind of papers that were very bold and nice vintage. And I used this collection that I recently purchased because, again, I was looking to go for something, a little more for a man than necessarily for a woman. So let me just show you what I did. This is a really nice sized bank. I mean, for those of you who go to Michael's craft store, and you go in the wooden section, and they have all different kinds of teeny tiny boxes to very large boxes, and this is like in between. It's a really nice sized bank. And what I did was I used that Frank Garcia paper line, I used some Mod Podge, and it really felt good, actually, to get more into the paper craft, because I am such a fabric, lace trim person, that kind of took me over, and I actually missed it. When I was doing this, I felt like it felt good doing something a little bit different. So that's why I mentioned on my Facebook page that I wanted to kind of move a little bit towards some other things. And sometimes I have stuff on my mind, and I just wind up leaning towards all the other favorite things that I love to make. And this time I wanted to go outside of the box somewhat and still do the craft that I love, which I love making my paper roses. And these roses, I use a different kind of paper, and to be honest with you, I don't even know what I used. I was cleaning out my stash of paper, and I was using scraps. I have no idea what I used, but I cut out the paper petals, and I wound up distressing all of the petals with what is that called, from Tim Holtz? Oh goodness, what is it called? I know I have it behind here, and I don't want to mess anything up. Anyway, it's one of the browns from Tim Holtz with a sponge, and then I wound up getting like a really nice color, because the paper was like a cream color, and one of these papers here had a little bit of splash of the faintest buff pink in it, and I really liked the way that came out. So they really look very distressed, the flowers. And I made a few more flowers in burgundy as well, but in all honesty, I didn't like the way that they came out. They looked very pretty, but in situating them together with everything, it kind of looked a little too dark, And I was going to go with like the brown marabou and the burgundy flowers, and it was just a little too dark. I have the paper, which has some writing on it in here and some green leaves and little bits of very pale pink floral in combination with like a little bit of burgundy and maroon there, and maybe a little pinky reddish color. Just really gorgeous, gorgeous paper, nice and firm. And with the Mod Podge, at first I had painted it. I didn't like it, so I went over it with the Mod Podge and the paper. And then I just used some of this trim that I had. It's kind of like an ecru beige, dark beige color. I wanted to go around it. What I did was I also used, it's Vintage Photo, that's what I used. And I etched all the edges around with Vintage Photo to give it that worn out kind of rustic look. And I did that all throughout the whole entire box. I used some cream color marabou boa here, and as you can see, this was a really long piece, but now I just have that little small piece left. And then I had these little flourishes here of like, I don't know what these are, little plastic flourishes and faded green going down to green and clear, and then one in clear, and it felt kind of good to go in my stash drawer and use some of the things that I've been like, it's been there for a long time. This is kind of an old embellishment that used to be very popular at one time. I don't really see them around much, but they really are nice. And I used a couple of large pearls on the base. I didn't want it again to get too feminine. A rhinestone there, which is really pretty. It's still on the prong. And this really great trim. It's a Christmas beading that would go around the tree, and I had gotten it at the end of the holiday time. It's mixed in with two other ones, so it was like a triple twist, and I liked it because it's gold, and sometimes the gold could be a really great vintage neutral. And then I use this burlap. It's on a roll. I had gotten it from Michael's a while ago. And there's another rhinestone and a large pearl. And I adhered everything with hot glue, and then just going around. Sorry, I'm not even using a tripod. I'm just holding this. I'm going around the back. It's just very simple, and you can see how I used the Vintage Photo there. The rest of this trim here in braid, nice and soft. And everything is covered if there was a little imperfection here and there. And just to show you that the bottom, I'll brush that off with a lint brush. I used some black felt, and I kind of like using the black on the boxes because it gives it that jewelry box kind of effect. So I really liked it a lot. And this had some kind of like gold latch here screwed in, and I took it off because it gave it a cheesy, cheap kind of look, and I didn't like that. And then I painted the inside of the box, and I sanded it all down before I painted it, and I purposely wanted it to look, so I kind of kept drawing out the brush as I was painting with, I don't know what it was, some kind of caramel colored paint. I did the inside, and you can see like I had painted it another color underneath it, which was like an off cream white kind of color at first. And when the paint was drying, I was peeling it off with my nail to kind of give it a little bit of that, older look. And then I just had one of these little small booklets that I like to alter from time to time. I recently had done one in a DT project, and I used this paper again, which absolutely matches so nicely. And I just wrapped a ribbon on there. I'm just going to maybe buy like some kind of a small cute little pen and put it in there. Not like he needs it because he has like one of those really nice fancy pens, but the box is empty, and he can add like maybe paper in here or whatever that he might want to put. And so you can see that the slit was there for the bank, and I covered it because I didn't want to make him like a bank or anything. So yeah, that's my box. I love the way it came out. And this little like metal kind of flourish embellishment I had gotten from my friend Lily, and I love that, and I had it in my stash, and I was like, this is a great time to use it because it kind of gave it like a little bit of an accent. I didn't use like lots of laces and things like that to hang down, and I love doing like that ruffle type thing, and what this actually is that I ruffled up and sewed it together. It's a really big bow that I made of the burlap, and then the other edges, like over here, I don't know if you could see it, but I used hot glue all around the edges to kind of give it, you know, to not let it run if you pull on it or anything. So the flowers came out so pretty, and I purposely put a little piece of the marabou just to make it a little softer. I know it's for a man and it's for his office, and it's going to look absolutely fantastic on his desk. I'm probably going to take a picture in there if it's going to be okay with him, so I can just see how it looks and show you guys in the end. But you'll see still life photos at the end of this video, along with still life photos on my Facebook page, Suzie Crafter Designs, and my blog, suziecrafter10.blogspot.com. Everything will be in the drop-down box below here, where you can find me live on the internet. And I just wanted to share this with you, and thank you everybody for stopping by and taking a look. And I hope you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and that you really enjoyed seeing this project. I certainly had a good time making it, and just a little recommendation to my friends out there and people who are watching this video. It's really nice to craft when, you know, all of us are, you know, making similar things, like you see yourself coming and going wearing the same shirt that everyone went shopping in the same store wearing. But sometimes it's really nice to just kind of move away from what you've always been doing and try to think outside of the box. Like, I have a box here and I want to alter it, so instead of painting it cream, putting white lace on it and putting lots of beads on it and pearls and blah blah blah, I decided to go in a different direction, you know, total opposite, vintage, more of a manly style with a little feminine twist to it, and it does have a little shabby world to it, but more of a vintage kind of look. So, and that's my I really feel bad about giving this flower away. It came out so pretty. Did you ever make something for somebody and say, oh no, I'm not giving it away? Oh, it's happened to me too many times. But this is going to be a great gift, and he's going to love it. So thank you so very much, everybody, for stopping by today. Have a good night. Bye.